everyone, welcome back to the podcast and YouTube video. So I wanted to film episode 3 today, kind of going into Curtsy Coins and kind of if you're a buyer buying something on the Curtsy app. So I wanted to go over just a couple points on the app and kind of how it works and everything. So Curtsy buying and selling app, I looked it up. It is aimed for women. It doesn't say women only. It just says for women to sell new, like new, or gently worn clothing. That's just what I read online. It didn't say anything about only for women. It just, that must be their target market is women. I can say scrolling through and searching through the app, I don't think I've ever seen men's clothing on there. But I've also never typed in straight up in the search bar men's clothing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I've only ever seen women's stuff on there. So I know I already talked about the shipping process in the last video. So if you want to watch, or not video, but the last episode of Curtsy, I talked a lot about shipping and how that works. I can go over it briefly again. So this is if you're a seller and you're shipping something. Or if you're a buyer and these are some points that you want to know quick. All shipping takes 2 to 4 days. There's no surprises, like fees at the checkout. So what it's listed as is what it is. That's how much it costs. There's no surprise fees or anything. The seller ships, so if you're selling something, Curtsy recommends that you ship it in 1 to 2 days. I think it said 60 to 80% or something like that. People ship in 1 to 2 days for the most part. Some people do same day shipping. They send you, if you're selling something, they send you a prepaid label in an email. And I think they send a text also, a link and a text that you can get the shipping label. You just print it out, slap it on, throw it in the mailbox. You get the tracking number after USPS scans it in. And then that's also when you get paid. So once USPS, they scan in the package, that's when you get paid. So the money goes into your Curtsy wallet and then you can track it through the Curtsy app. So those are just some quick bullets that were listed that buyers and sellers should know. I want to get into the returns because I actually didn't know this. I looked it up, kind of how the return process is. So again, if you're a buyer and you buy something and you want to return it, like I didn't know the rules for it. I've never had a problem with having to return something or vice versa, someone returning the stuff they bought from me. So keep in mind, Curtsy takes a 20% fee or $3 if it's under a $15 purchase. So I have my laptop over here because it was going to take too long to write it down. So it's just easier to pull out my laptop. So straight up, Curtsy doesn't offer returns. All sales are final. But there is a couple exceptions to that. So they do returns. So if I'm a buyer and I buy a shirt and let's say it was damaged, I have to prove to Curtsy, I have to email them that it's clearly not as it was described in the post. So if I bought a shirt and it was, I don't know, the wrong color and it wasn't as described in the actual post, like the seller just was completely wrong in it, I have to email them and kind of prove like, hey, this is completely wrong, this item that I purchased. Yeah, so it's a free return. It says it's a free return and a full refund if that is the case, if the item is completely wrong as it was described in the actual post. So that's one way you can return it. And then the third option, so if I bought, I'm going to use the shirt example again because it's just easy. Let's say I bought a shirt and it was the wrong size. I bought a medium and it's whatever, too small, I don't know. They have this return policy. They put it under the return section because they don't do refunds. Let's say the item was as described and it just, I don't know, maybe the color was like slightly off or it was the wrong size, but everything else is good about it. There's no damage or anything. I can resell it on that app, on the Curtsy app. And if it sells, I have to email Curtsy and then they'll refund the seller fee, which is 20%. The idea is it's like you get a full refund. If I bought a shirt for $15 and then sold it for $15, but they'll refund me the 20% fee that Curtsy takes. So then in a roundabout way, you do get a full refund, which is, I think that's kind of nice and kind of smart. So the three return in this category, this return category, is Curtsy, all sales are final, so there is no returns. If the item is completely wrong and not as described on the post, you can email them and prove to Curtsy that the item you got is completely wrong, and they'll do a full refund and free return. And then the third option is if you bought something and you just don't like it, or if it's the wrong size, you can resell it on the Curtsy app for the price you bought it, and then email Curtsy and they'll refund you the 20% off Curtsy fee that they charge people. So then you get a full refund. The next thing I want to go to, just some little pointers if you're wondering. You can communicate with the buyer and seller. There is a messaging section in the Curtsy app, so you're in full communication the whole time, and it's really nice too. So after you purchase something, a lot of people, at least this is what's happened for me, when people buy stuff, they message me and ask me when I'm going to ship it out, and then I respond to them right away. You can let them know when you sent it. If you're posting more than one item, you can ask them like, hey, you want this, in a size 6, you know what I mean? It's a really nice messaging section that they have in that app. And also, you can negotiate with people, kind of like all the buying and selling apps. You can negotiate stuff. Honestly, it's kind of like Poshmark. Typically people negotiate. Yeah, one thing I don't like about Poshmark is I wish they had their separate messaging app so you can like go back and forth. That's what I like about Curtsy. They have this separate messaging section within the app that's really nice. But yeah, a lot of people negotiate. Yeah, so don't ever feel obligated to buy something full price. I think most people try and negotiate, even if it's like $1 or $2. So yes, you can negotiate on it. Okay, so then I didn't even notice this in the app until I was looking at the FAQ section. They have these seller badges. It's pretty straightforward. There's these 2 badges. The idea is it's a way to recognize if you're a good seller. If you're quick to communicate, if you're quick to send something, you get a badge. And I think eBay does something like this. They have like top rated seller or something. It's just a way to recognize which sellers are trustworthy and quick, and if you're a good seller. So the 2 badges are awarded on your first few sales or first few messages is when they hand out the badges. One of the badges is quick shipper. So if you're ship things in a timely manner, you're going to get a quick shipper badge. And then they have a fast responder badge. That's literally it, which are pretty straightforward. If you respond to messages quick, it sounds like they're pretty easy to get, honestly. So the main reason I want to make this episode was because there are these Curtsy coins. I didn't know what these are. They're up in the left-hand corner on your profile, and it's a coin, and it tells you how many coins you have. But I never knew what these coins were. I had an idea what they were for, but I never understood them or how you get them. They're called Curtsy Coins, and it's kind of like a point system or reward system. I know I worked at a movie theater and they had something like this. Every dollar was 1 point, and once you get this many points, you get a free popcorn is basically what it is. And same thing with like Ulta and Sephora. I think they all have some sort of point system. That's basically what this is. It's a point system. So kind of the layout, how they break it down, can only get max 20 Curtsy coins per month. So if you post an item, so one item like a shirt, you get 2 coins. If you relist an item you bought, so if I bought a shirt and then I relisted it, you get 3 coins. If you buy an item, you get 4 coins. and then your first 5-star rating, so if someone bought something and then they rated you 5 stars, you get 10 coins. That's kind of the breakdown of the coins. And then, this is the catch. They're kind of encouraging you to use the coins to buy stuff on the app. That's the whole point of any point system ever in any business or company. In return, you buy stuff. So you get $5 off with 40 coins. That's only valid on one item. You get $10 off if you have 70 coins. So if you have 70 coins, you get $10 off something you buy, valid on one item. And then you get $15 off if you get 100 coins, and it's only valid on one item. Like I said, I don't know, point systems, these reward systems are always a love-hate relationship because they're kind of encouraging you to buy stuff, you know what I mean? But don't feel pressured to buy stuff that you don't need. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like a love-hate relationship because it's nice once you get the reward and you get, oh wow, it's $10 off because I got these coins just from listing stuff, you know what I mean? It's really nice, but it's also in a roundabout way kind of encouraging to spend money that you don't want to spend, I guess, or spend it on stuff that you don't need, but you feel obligated because you have these coins. Just think about it, sleep on it before you go and feel pressured to buy these things, I guess is what I'm saying. Just know your wants and needs, I guess. But yeah, that's all I got for today. I was mostly just curious about these Curtsy coins because I have like 60 coins, but I never knew what they were. They just kept coming in, but there was never a pop-up or anything letting you know what these coins were or how they work. I figured it was some sort of reward system, but I just wasn't sure. I didn't look into it. So I knew for this episode I wanted to figure out these coins, but it's pretty straightforward. You get coins when you list or buy something, and then you get money off the more coins you have, is basically the gist of it. But yeah, those were just some little things that I found doing the research on these Curtsy coins. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the Curtsy app. I still have been loving it and making sales on it. And every time I've made one of these episodes, I keep learning something new about the app. Like I said, it's a fairly newish app, so I think they're still working on it. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.